So hey everyone, welcome back to Rebecca's Colouring Arts and Crafts. So today I'm actually going to do a book unboxing for Fairyloot's November box. I can't actually remember the name of this box, but I've also decided that this is going to be the last month that I basically get this box, just because well, this month is kind of very disappointing to me, and also it was kind of, yeah, as I said, I'm cutting back, so I've basically cut out Fairyloot now, but I also cut it back because I seem to be disappointed more often with Fairyloot than Illumicrate. It's not that I don't enjoy Fairyloot, but just that yeah, I'm not going to hide how I'm feeling about the boxes or whatever per month or whatever, and how I'm feeling. Like, honestly, I still look at this box and I'm quite disappointed with it, I'll be honest. So yeah, and I don't see the point of hiding and faking being happy about it just because when I'm not actually happy about it. And I feel quite disappointed with the items and stuff that were included in this month's box. Probably the only item I really liked was the volume 2 box, but that wasn't enough to allow me to keep the thing and the book. So, but yeah, so I decided that basically I don't think Fairyloot is the box for me, and yeah, as I said, I've decided to cancel it from now on, and I won't be getting it again. Unless something really spectacular or special comes up, I may possibly do it, but it depends on my savings and stuff as to if I will. Because as I said, I'm cutting back so that I can save. And honestly, as it stands at this point right now, honestly, Illumicrate does it more for me than Fairyloot does, because I've been disappointed more times with Fairyloot than I have with Illumicrate. So yeah, that's just why the decision I've made anyway, that maybe Fairyloot just isn't quite for me at this point in time. So, and also to do with Illumicrate, I seem to like the fact that they provide I don't know, it's something to do with the items with the Illumicrate boxes that I just seem to like more. But yeah, so anyway, we're going to come in with our November Fairyloot box. We've got our spoiler card here, and that's right, it's called November's theme is Magical Folk. So you gotta, it's not that I don't like Fairyloot by any means, I do like Fairyloot, it's just, yeah, I've realised it's not exactly the box for me. So yeah, so we've got our Magical Folk Fairyloot card here, and then obviously, I'm sorry, I've got a new brace and that, so, and I'm still getting all the same issues as I had before, but basically the reason why I was disappointed with this month is because it's like, it's just not things that I would typically use, shall we say. So like Faye phone ring, like I don't use things like that. So let's see if I can show you it in the plastic. So it says, "You're not my type, Faye. You're not my type. Faye are my type." And it's a phone ring, and like it's nice, it's pretty, I really like it, but at the same time it's not something that I would particularly use because I don't use those things on my phone. So yeah, it's just, there's quite a few things in this box that just aren't things that I would particularly choose to use like right now. So yeah, but yeah, it also depends on which type of box suits you more too, as to the type of box that you like and the items you like as well. So next thing, anyway, yeah, next thing I've got here is "It was impossible, of course, but when did that ever stop any dreamer from dreaming, Laini Taylor." And it's like, they are amazing quality items that they put in Fairyloot as well as Illumicrate, but just for me, the items in Illumicrate are more things that I prefer, I guess you could say. But yeah, they are amazing quality. Like, this feels really, really nice and really good, and it's got like a stretchable, adjustable elastic thing to put it around your head and use for sleeping or any of that when you're on a trip. And that's not to say that I wouldn't use this on a trip, but yeah, it's just not something I would particularly choose first off. We've also got Angel Fall inspired iron-on patch. So I think this was from October. Or no, Angel Fall. I don't actually know this book. But it's got like a bear with a skirt and a sword. And I hope you can see that properly. But yeah, that's just my thoughts anyway, and it's everyone's different opinion as to which type of box they do prefer. So, and I'll take this one out of the plastic if I can. So this one, I actually haven't looked at these much. I basically opened the box to check everything was there, and I haven't looked at it much, but this one's actually quite cute. It's a wood tree ornament, I think. It does not do to dwell on dreams and forget to live. So I actually like that one. That one's quite cute. I hadn't looked through these all that much, but from what I've seen, I was quite disappointed with the items involved in this month's box. Like, it's not that I don't like them completely, but just for me, it's just not as good as Illumicrates this month. And then the next thing we've got is a woodmark here. All legends have a spark of truth, Elizabeth Lim. So I think that's from Spin the Dawn, which I haven't read yet, but I've got it. But yeah, I'm sure there are other people out there that love this month's Fairyloot box, and for me, it's just not the one for me. So yeah, it actually made it easier in my decision to cancel one of them because I was trying to decide anyway. So next we have the tarot cards, The World and the Devil, and I think these are from Kerry Manalsko's Stalking Jack the Ripper series. I haven't read those and I don't own them, so I don't know who they are exactly. But yeah, they're really pretty anyway. I obviously don't have all of them. We've also got, hang on, just shift this for a minute so that you can see this bit. From what I know, this is the January to December reading journal for 2020. I haven't actually used one of these before, so I'm not sure how it works, but I did see a few people saying that that they don't leave a lot of space for something, so I'm not sure. I haven't actually looked through it, but the artwork is pretty anyway. I think the artwork's from Monolime Art. So we've got year-long reading challenge, January, month at a glance. So I'm not exactly sure what that's to do with, month at a glance. Is it what you're reading or something? Or what you're intending to read? Books I read, books I read, book title, author, start, end, your rating. Which I don't always like to rate them because I can't easily rate them and I like a lot of them, so yeah. Books to buy, favourite quotes, and random thoughts. And from what I know, there's images in each of these and then it does the same thing throughout the whole thing, so I'll just try and skip through to each of the images so you can see images by Monolime. I'm a little slow at the minute thanks to my hand/wrists. I don't know any of these characters either, so I'm not sure which any of these characters are. But they're still pretty. They are. And I'm sort of not sure if I'll use this yet or not, because as people said, there doesn't seem to be a lot of space for some things in there. It doesn't. In some ways I'd rather make my own one than use this, just because there isn't a heap of space. Like maybe you could take the images out of it or something and use the images somehow. I don't know, it's a possibility, I guess. Rather than, and then just make up your own using these images as well as your own artwork and stuff. Whoops, skip forwards past the last one. Yeah, quite pretty anyway. But yeah, I don't actually know how to use a reading journal because I don't typically use them, so yeah. I'm also not sure what this card is to do with. I've just received this card on their book, Toktet T703. I don't know what it's to do with, it's just a grey card. So, I'm not sure if it's to do with some sort of book that's coming out or whatever. I haven't googled it yet. So next, and this is probably the main item that I actually like from this box, and this is, from what I know, it is their volume 2 volume 2 of like their reading box, I think it is, kind of thing. So it's just made with well, paper or card, and it looks like that on the back. On the side it's got volume 2 with the scroll work, and then on the front it looks like this. I think it's kind of sealed with magnetics to shut it, and then on the inside it's got all these little quotes and little pieces of sketches. So I don't want an easy life, I want a meaningful one. Natasha Nagin, Girls of Paper and Fire. So it's like all little quotes from authors, and they I'm not sure if they're actually from their books, but I'm guessing it's from certain books and the authors in those books. And so really this is probably my favourite item, because I can see myself getting a lot of use out of this compared to, and probably the bookmark compared to other items. So, but that's just me anyway. I'm sure other people will like this box a lot more, but I don't see the point of hiding how I feel about the boxes, because of the fact that, well, sometimes you're going to like them, sometimes you're not, and it just made my decision easier on which one that I was going to actually cancel in the end, because I was considering keeping Fairyloot after the last 2 months, but then after this month I just realised that no, Fairyloot's not the box for me, Illumicrate's the box for me. So yeah. And then lastly, what we've got here is, I'll just show those, is our book for this month, which we'll get the bookmark out too. Comes with our November spoiler card bookmark. So we got our original bookmark there. And then we got our author letter with some artwork on the front. So this says, Dear Fairyloot reader, about 6 years ago I decided it was time to start writing a book I would complete from once upon a time to the very end. I just finished Celtage and my hard drive was basically a graveyard full of unfinished manuscript. So that summer a character began to take shape in my mind. A girl, a princess named Eva, with death looming over her like a spectre. Like me at 16, Eva felt out of place and trapped by responsibilities she never signed up for. She was missing the very thing her world thrived on, magic. Despite that, she was a fighter with a big wild heart. Eva's path was set by queens before her, and when given the choice to either follow them or die, I wondered, can she chart her own course? Can she fight for others when fighting for herself seems beyond her reach? As you read, I encourage you to ask, who do we fight for when the injustice is all around? And can we embrace our flaws and insecurities and find strength instead? I believe so, dear reader, and I hope after reading that you will feel the same. A joy, is it? Oh yeah, a joy. And then we've also got our fairy scoop, which includes a bit of an author interview and talks about the read-alongs, next month's theme, which I'm not going to go into because I'm not going to be worrying about getting it. Yeah, I just decided it wasn't for me to keep going with Fairyloot, but I've enjoyed what I have gotten, but yeah, it's just, as I said, I've been more disappointed with Fairyloot than with Alumna Crate, so, but yeah. Anyway, so this is A River of Royal Blood by Amanda Joy, and from what I know, this is an exclusive cover, but the only difference with this cover is the fact that A River of Royal Blood is written in purple instead of white. It just looks black with silver on the spine like the others do. And then our edges are sprayed. So we've got black sprayed edges. And inside we've got it signed. And it's a first edition. We've got a map of our land and then our prologue. So it says, 16-year-old Eva is a princess, born with the magic of blood and marrow, a dark and terrible magic that hasn't been seen for generations in the vibrant but fractured country of Maya. Its last known practitioner was Queen Raina, who toppled the native, came her royalty and massacred thousands, including her own sister, 5 generations ago, thus beginning the rival heir tradition. Living in Raina's long and dark shadow, Eva must now face her older sister Isa on her 17th name day in a battle to the death if she hopes to ascend to the ivory throne. Because in the queendom of Maya, only the strongest and most ruthless ruler survives. But when Eva is attacked by an assassin just weeks before her name day, she discovers it isn't just her sister who wants to see her dead. Eva is forced to turn to a powerful Fae instructor and a mysterious and handsome Kiyama prince will help in growing her magic into something to fear. Because despite the love she still has for her sister, Eva will have to choose Isa's death or her own. An enthralling adventure set in a lush North African-inspired fantasy world. A River of Royal Blood heralds the arrival of an exciting new voice in YA. So that does sound good. I'm not saying that, and I'm happy for the book. It's just, for me, as I said, it just wasn't the box for me. Yeah, that's about all I can say. I know it seems like it hasn't been like my normal excitement over the box, but just for me, I did find this box very disappointing. And yeah, that's about all I can say really, is just that it was just disappointing to me, and so in the end I had to decide which one that I preferred, so yeah. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this unboxing anyway, and bit of a review. It's not that I don't like Fairyloot. Fairyloot does have some very good boxes. It's just I seem to have a lot more hit and miss with Fairyloot than I do with Alumna Crate, so yeah. and I don't want to hide how I'm feeling and just be happy about the box when I'm not actually happy about it. I want to honestly say my feelings. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this anyway. If you have, please leave a like, subscribe, comment. I always love hearing from you, and I will see you next time. Bye.